Today we will discuss about Malus law in wave optics. Before that, we will discuss what is meant by polarization. Polarization means if the vibrations of light wave is confined to a single plane, then it is called as polarized light, and the phenomena to get polarized light is called as polarization. That is, ordinary light contains vibrations in all directions. The polarized light contains the vibration confined to a single plane. Right. Next. What is meant by Malus law? Malus law is discovered by a French scientist in 1810. The name of the scientist is Louis Malus. This law is named after him. In order to memorize Louis Malus, this law is stated as Malus law. In the memory of the French scientist Malus, the law is called as Malus law. Malus law defines that the intensity of polarized light which is transmitted through an analyzer is directly proportional to square of cosine of angle between polarizer and analyzer. Here we have already discussed about polarized light. The light whose vibrations is confined to a single plane is called as polarized light. And what is meant by analyzer and what is meant by polarizer? The analyzer and polarizer are two polarized sheets. The analyzer and polarizer are two polarized sheets. The polarizer is one which is used to get the polarized light from unpolarized light. That is, when unpolarized light is passed through a polarizer, we will get a polarized light. Then what is meant by analyzer? Analyzer is a polarized sheet which is used to determine whether the light is polarized or not. That is, analyzer is used to test whether the light is polarized or not. Let us consider an unpolarized light or an ordinary light whose vibrations are confined to all directions. That is, every wave consists of photon. The photon vibrations confined to every wave is confined to a single plane. That is, the unpolarized light or ordinary light, the vibrations are confined to all directions. It is denoted by the figure like this. Let us say the intensity of light is I. Now we are using one polarizer and one analyzer here. The polarizer is perpendicular to the axis, and the axis of polarizer is perpendicular to the, we have taken an axis. The polarizer axis is perpendicular to the axis we have taken. Now when ordinary light is passed through a polarizer, we will get a reduced intensity light. That is, the light intensity after passing through the polarizer is reduced by half. So I naught by 2 is equal, I by 2 is equal to I naught is the intensity of light after transmitting through the polarizer. Now let us take another Polaroid, which is nothing but an analyzer. It is making an angle theta with the polarizer. The axis of polarizer is like this, and the axis of analyzer is somewhat tilt. The axis of analyzer is at an angle theta with the axis of polarizer. The angle is theta we have taken. If the intensity is of light I naught is passed through an analyzer, then we get the light of intensity I dash. This I dash can be determined by using Malus law. So Malus law states that the intensity of polarized light which is transmitted through an analyzer I dash is directly proportional to square of cosine of angle between polarizer and analyzer. Here theta is the angle, the cosine angle cos theta, and its square cos square. So this intensity is directly proportional to cos square theta. I dash is directly proportional to cos square theta. That implies I dash is equal to I naught cos square theta. Here I naught is the polarized light, or I naught is the intensity of polarized light, or I naught is the intensity of light before passing through analyzer. Right. So once again I will repeat the Malus law. The intensity of polarized light which is transmitted through an analyzer is directly proportional to cosine of square of cosine of angle between polarizer and analyzer. So I dash is directly proportional to cos square theta. That implies I dash is equal to I naught cos square theta. This is the Malus law. Let us consider a problem in which a Polaroid sheet is placed between two crossed polarides. What is meant by crossed polarides? Crossed polarides means if two polarides are perpendicular to each other, then we can say that the two polarides are crossed polarides. We have taken two polarides P1 and P2 which are crossed polarides. The angle between the polarizer 1 and the angle between polarizer 2 is theta. Theta is equal to 90 degrees here, because the polarizer 2 and polarizer 1 are perpendicular to each other, are also called as crossed polarides. In the same way, we have discussed in the Malus law, we have taken an unpolarized light of intensity I, and we have taken a polarizer P1 whose axis is perpendicular to the axis we have taken. So the intensity of light after passing through polarizer 1 is I naught. I naught is equal to I by 2. That is, intensity is reduced by half. Now we are taking a Polaroid which is placed between two crossed polarides. Now we will take another Polaroid P3 which is placed between two crossed polarides at an angle theta with the P1. If the angle between P1 and P3 is theta, then we can clearly say that the angle between P3 and P2 is 90 minus theta, because total angle is 90 and here is theta, the remaining angle is 90 minus theta. Now first we will apply the Malus law for P1 and P3. we get the I dash same way we have defined in the Malus law definition. That is, I dash is equal to I naught cos square theta, because before the intensity is I naught, so I naught, the angle between polarizer and analyzer is theta, P1 and P2, sorry, P1 and P3, the angle between P1 and P3 is theta, and we will get the intensity of light after passing through P3, that is I dash. I dash is equal to I naught cos square theta. This is the case. The first law, Malus law, is applied between P1 and P3. Now we will apply the Malus law between P2 and P3. Here I dash is the input intensity and I double dash is the output intensity from P2. The angle between P3 and P2 is 90 degrees minus theta. Now we will write in the same way, the angle between P3 and P2 is 90 degrees minus theta. From the Malus law, the intensity of light transmitted through P2 is I double dash is equal to the input intensity I dash into cos square the angle between P3 and P2, cos square 90 degrees minus theta. Now we will substitute I dash value from this equation. I dash is equal to I naught cos square theta. By substituting we will get I double dash is equal to I naught cos square theta into cos square 90 degrees minus theta. Here cos square 90 minus theta is nothing but sin theta. Here square, so sin square theta. I naught cos square theta, sin square theta. We will simplify this term by multiplying with 4 and dividing with the same number 4. By multiplying and dividing with the same number 4, we will get I naught into 4 cos square theta sin square theta by 4. Here 4 cos square theta sin square theta is nothing but sin square 2 theta, because sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. So by squaring on both sides we will get sin square 2 theta is equal to 2 square, nothing but 4 sin square theta cos square theta. So 4 sin square theta cos square theta is nothing but sin square 2 theta. So we will get the intensity of light after passing through the last polaroid P2 is I double dash is equal to I naught sin square 2 theta by 4. Here theta is equal to 45 degrees. If theta is 45 degrees, then 2 into 45, that is equal to 90. Sin 90 gives 1. The value of sin 90 is 1, which is maximum value for the sin term. So we will get I double dash is equal to I naught into 1 by 4, that is equal to I naught by 4, which is the maximum value in case of intensity of light coming out of P2 polaroid. This is the maximum intensity. So in the problem where a polaroid is placed between two crossed polarides, we will take Malus law first for P1 and P3, and we will take the Malus law for P3 and P2, and we will simplify with some mathematical operation. Then we will get I double dash is equal to I naught sin square 2 theta by 4. That's it.